Hello class, today we're doing something new, a technique that is very exciting. I really love this new technique. We're gonna be using these printed papers that we got done at the teacher's desk, and we are going to find things on it. So we took a print and now we're ready to start finishing the print. So now it doesn't look like much, but when you look closer, and I'll turn the paper like this, can you almost see things in it? Like for example here, I can see a little fish, like right there. That's the eye. Let me show you with the pointer. That's the eye of the fish right there, here. That's the eye, and that's the spout, the nose of the fish, mouth here, and some scales, and here we have the tail. Can you see things? And artists have to learn how to see things, not only in their paintings, but in nature, and to keep observing. Like when you look at clouds, can you imagine making forms and seeing things in the clouds? Have you tried that before? And here it looks like, I'm zooming out a little bit. So here looks like another fish face. It looks like there's mouth and an eye here, and scales and maybe tail. This one is like a little fatter and this one is skinnier. So we are gonna get these one-of-a-kind printed papers that we've done plenty of in the first part of the class, and now in the second part we let them dry just a little bit, and now in the second part of the class we're ready to start looking for these different things that we can find. This looks like seaweeds here and maybe some rocks. Let's see, coming out of frame just a little bit. I'm gonna move my camera this way. Okay, so let me show you another one. So we have some rocks here, okay, and some seaweed. So we're gonna start working on that. Then so it depends how your print turned out. This one is similar. Let me see. Sometimes you have to turn it a couple of times to start seeing things. So, or you can invent your own things. If you don't see something, you can still turn it into something new. I almost see a gator here. Let me zoom in. That's his one eye. That's his another eye right there. Can you see? And this right here is his spout. Right there is his spout, his nose, and his face, and his body goes all the way here, like hiding. Like if he's sitting on a bank of a big lake, and I will turn this, or maybe like a pond, or like blue springs or green springs, some kind of springs, and maybe these are some, like next to him, some fallen tree trunks and trees. We can turn that into a nice water like feature here. So all kinds of things that we can do and see and practice our artist eye, our visual art, to be able to see. And this one looks pretty plain on first glance, right? Let's see if I can turn the paper so it's easier on me a little bit. And zoom in, just like so. So on first glance, it looks like it's just a brown paper with maybe some smudges, and you might want to throw it to the trash. But when we practice our art, our visual art, we might see things like right now. On this way, I see like a sunrise on a desert with like all these hilly mountains. Maybe this I would turn into a cactus, and some dunes, desert dunes. And if you keep turning it, you might see something else. This almost looks like an imaginary creature. If I look at it close up, like there could be one eye, second eye, almost like a skull on a desert, right? So we can learn to see things. And or another activity, if you get a paper that we use to try to print that from magazine and it already has leaves and things like that, you can add things. For example, here I almost, if you zoom in, it looks like there could be a parrot added there, hiding in there in the back, right? So we can add like a bird into the jungle. All right, and you would use like white pencil, and I'll show you on a dark surface like that, so you can bring things out and then define them with a sharp pencil. And here it almost look like little frogs, toads, rainforest kind of toads sitting up there on the ledge somewhere on overlooking the scene. Maybe we could put a jaguar and just make him up, like hiding between the trees somewhere there. That would be the eye of a jaguar hiding in his body right there. Okay, so this is just to show you how easy it is when you really try and squint your eyes and try to see things as a visual artist. Some of these papers are stuck, or you might have something plain and don't see anything. You can just make it up. Like if you can't see a feature and it's just the pattern that you're seeing, you can make it up. Like with this one, I could make an imaginary zebra here. I could, because of the stripes, and it can be a green zebra. It can be funny, and it can have let's see, or imaginary animal. Big nose here, maybe some ears, an eye. Maybe some body like that. Like so. And I sketched it so quickly, but you're gonna take your time. This is just for the video so that we can see how we can work in different ways to bring out things on printed paper. Okay, so this is the part 2, finding the images in our compositions. Okay, so let's get back to that first one and start defining. I'm gonna use pencil and I'm gonna zoom in so you can see a little better. Okay, like so. All right, and I'm gonna start adding the eye and defining the eye there with my pencil, and my body of my fish hiding behind, this looks like seaweeds here, adding some fins, gills, maybe an open mouth, like so. Maybe we'll add a little fin here on top. And then we'll add this fish right there. We'll add an eye. It looks like this way. It's going to be a fin. And this is a fin right there. A long one. It looks like there's another fish coming through here. It looks funny. This could be the face and the tail going this way. So we'll do this one, make this one into a tail. Perfect. And then we'll make this fish kind of nose flat look to her and fin this way. And then we're gonna put scales And just like that, in under 2 minutes, I was able to sketch my beautiful sea life underwater painting, right? And then we'll go back with colored pencils to finish all the fine details. And I just can't wait to see yours. Okay, now is your turn.